God says, these ones are my beloved son. You know, he sent his only beloved son. Only begotten son. Are you get what I'm saying? Only begotten son. So that he can bring us to that place. Can bring us to that place where the son has in his heart. So justification, you don't earn it. You were declared so. You might be listening to me now, and it's possible that you have wondered, a lot of things have happened in your life. You know, you have gone astray. All you need to do is to come back. All you need to do is to come back. Make it right with God. But justification is something we're declared. And you know, God does not just declare us justified. He acts towards us. The way he relates with us, he relates with us as people he has justified. God does not just declare us justified. His attitude towards us, the way he acts towards the believer, he sees them as justified. So he relates with them as justified. The prodigal son came to himself and said, my father have servants at home that they are not even eating this trash that I'm eating. Let me go and become one of my father's servants. When you come back, God won't take you as servant, he will still take you as son. And what you are thinking that God is not wicked, what you are thinking that you have lost, he will still restore it to you. That's justification. If you find people who preach this, they are right. It's true. The penalty of sin has been dealt with. What's the penalty of sin? Anyone who sins will die. So the penalty of sin is dealt with in justification. So for the child that was a particular family is expecting, an expecting mother, maybe whatever reason there were complications, everything was moving against the coming of that child. Finally, the child came. They, okay, go and buy blood, do this, do that. All they were doing, it was so that the child will survive and be here and stay. The child didn't contribute anything to that. So that's in the natural. Spiritually, it was God that dealt with the penalty of sin. He did everything for you to come. You didn't contribute. I didn't contribute. So why the prodigal son ran? The Bible said the father left. The guy didn't get home before. God, in an attempt to come, God meets you on the way. He came back and took him home. And told the servant, he said, whatever it is, get the fattest calf. In justification by faith, we receive God's life. We receive the life of God. At the point we are justified, we receive the life of God. In justification, we are born. In sanctification, we grow. In justification, I said we are declared. We are born. We are born, we are declared. In sanctification, we grow, we declare. You see, when the child is given birth to, the parents declare the child, right? When the child grows, what will the child do? He will declare the parents. Say, this is my mom. You didn't say that the 6 months. You didn't say that when you just came. But as you grew, you said, this is my mom. I mean, you can tell your friend, you know your mom. We know our parents. We can declare them, but they first declared us. They first declared us. As we grew, until we grew, we could not declare them. Justification is when God declares you, first, God declares you justified. But beyond declaring you justified, I said it gives you a life. In sanctification, we declare him. In justification, we are declared as sons. We didn't do anything. You didn't need to grow in justification. You were just giving birth to. The moment you were giving birth to, the moment I was giving birth to, spiritually, in our spiritual birth, we were declared at that point. We are declared justified. Brand new. Many people, all they know is justification, where God declared them. But at the point God was declaring them, they were children. But in sanctification, we grow to declare him. In justification, he bettered us and declared us. But in sanctification, we grow. You can't declare him as a child. In short, you will not be able to declare God as a child. In sanctification, we grow to declare God as the God that justifies the ungodly, right? Then we have to also walk towards him. We grow to declare him as God, as our Father. But we don't just have to declare him. We have to walk towards him as God. If God was the first to declare us and didn't just declare us, his posture towards us is that he's dealing with those who are justified. It means that we also have to declare him. Nobody declared his or her parents at the point of delivery. You don't even know. Everybody looks alike. But as the child begins to develop, he begins to recognize that this is my parent, this is my mom, this is my, several things begin to happen. He gets to know that, oh, this is my mom. It doesn't matter how many women are there. The child now knows the mom. If you are bringing your hand, he wants to is the mom. Then as the child grows, the child can now tell the friends and say, this is my mom, this is my dad, this is my mom, this is my dad. Because by the reason of growth, the child can now declare. God is not the only one to declare us. We are supposed to declare him. And that's sanctification. Some people have stayed at that bus stop where only God declared them. So it's like giving birth to a child after 10 years. The child, no growth took place. The baby of 10 years ago is still that baby. No growth of any kind. It's like they just gave birth to the child now. That's how many believers are. And it doesn't matter how much you have been in church. Church doesn't change what I'm saying now. It's understanding that changes it and partnership. So in justification, you'll find that there's no partnership in justification. God did everything by himself. But in sanctification, there will be a need for partnership. In justification, you didn't need to partner. They just came here. They just found themselves here. God did everything to better us. But in sanctification, there is a need for partnership. So what is the sanctified life? The sanctified life is the life that is given to, the sanctified life is a life that is given to alignment with the word of God.